Jimmy, I got to tell you, we got to, here at the Influencer Row, Jimbo.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of multi-talented on the show, which is really great. So we got an incredible guest here today, a second-time guest. Mr. Michael Beachman, president of California Pizza Kitchen, is here with us. But you know what, Jimmy? Again, before we dig in to Beach and how does one become the president of California Pizza Kitchen, most delicious pizza. But I got to be honest, their salads are what I love. I love their salads the best. So Beach was, he was like went to GW, right? Right, Beach?
Yep.
He worked at Marriott Hotels, TGIF, Chuck E. Cheese, Hard Rock, Darden, Earl Enterprise. I mean, the guy has a resume that is like no other.
Well, I'm going to only interrupt and say, because he also got his MBA from Harvard.
Wait a minute, let me check.
Well, I don't think so.
No?
I think I went to Harvard Business, but I didn't get my MBA there.
Yeah,
I apologize.
No.
Yeah,
Harvard
Jimmy,
Business.
Why don't you let
But
me
I'm good with that. If you want to give it to me like honorarily on the air today,
Honorary.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Honorary. You know what? I'm going to stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Satsy's the intro guy.
He went
Cheaper
to
to go this
GW.
route.
He
Yes.
liked Washington. He really enjoyed it. Spent some time in the hotels. He's worked at so many great restaurants. And now he runs California Pizza Kitchen, one of our most cherished brands, not just in America, Jimmy.
CPK.
In the
That's
world,
good.
I dare say. In the world, I
Right.
dare say. Jimmy, let's welcome Michael Beachman to the show, huh? Second-time guest, and maybe be the third time.
I'm going to take actually third time as credit because I think you guys batted cleanup for me when I did a speech at Columbia University, and you came afterwards and cleaned up everything I missaid.
I think I remember
So I'm
that.
gonna
Jimmy's
take
That is
big-
true.
Jimmy's a
Third-time
big
guest.
Columbia guy.
We did have a fun time we did follow you in that Professor Zager's class.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
So let's bring us home, Jimbo.
Yes.
Huh? Let's talk
Michael,
beach. Let's
California
talk
Pizza
CPK.
Kitchen has such an amazing history in the casual dining space, and I think was a pioneering of the California style pizza. And by the way, Shatz, I think that whole Seinfeld episode about the interesting toppings, I think that was a nod to CPK. But the creative, fun menu innovation, technology advancements.
Well, there's their 40th anniversary. I think.
40th anniversary. Can you share 40th anniversary, by the way? And I love the ad campaign you guys have been running.
Well, that was Beach's idea.
Well, anyway,
I'm
can
not
you
gonna take
share?
credit for that.
Can you
Yes, you will.
share
Yes,
what's
you will. On our show, you
new and
take credit.
exciting at CPK and some of the initiatives you're focused on right now?
So we've got a lot going on. 40 years of great culinary heritage. We've got a tremendous brand equity. Everybody knows CPK wherever you go around the world. And, we came into this past year, and we're a brand that punches above its weight. Everybody knows who we are, but we don't have enough locations.
How many locations you got?
We're just under 210 countries.
Wow.
What's the number you need, Beach?
I'd like to beat 1,000.
I mean, I would too. I mean,
Shatz,
I
that's
hope I win the
breaking
lottery
news.
tomorrow. But
We're
I mean,
gonna
you
work-
could
we're working
still
on-
do
we're
very
working on
well
some
at 200
meaningful-
locations, can't you?
5x growth from 200 to 1,000. Let's do it.
But
Can
we're
we
doing-
help?
Yes, you can.
That's what I like to hear. Jimmy, we have a mission. We are going to help Beach go from 200 to 1,000. And how much time we have?
I'm a conservative
We don't have
guy
that much
by the
time,
end of the
Jimmy.
year. By the end of the year.
By the end? By the end of this year. I
We're,
gotta say, I think
we're pacing ourselves,
we can
Sergeant.
do it. I think we can do it. I like it. Listen, you've always been known for, CPK's always, the culinary has always been paramount. I remember my first, for me, Jimbo, in New York City, they had that CPK, I don't know if it's still there, on
60th
3rd Avenue by
Street.
Bloomingdale.
Yes.
And that had to be in its day. I mean, I don't think you weren't there, but it had to be a phenomenal store. If you go back and dig up the numbers, I'm telling you, this store must have crushed it. And we used to go there and wait online.
Yep.
Because that salad I was saying, I think it was the Asian chicken salad.
Yep. And it's still on the
Asian
menu.
chicken chop.
It's so freaking delicious. It's like addicting, and I got to tell you, I love it. So let's talk about how you balance, because at the end of the day, you're a restaurant, and you got, I know you want to grow to a couple thousand stores, but at the end of the day, the food's got to be awesome. You got to execute on that. But technology, you're a big tech guy. You've seen it all. What are you doing with tech over there, and how do you balance between tech and innovation in the kitchen?
Well,
Great
nowadays.
question, though, right?
Yeah.
Beach?
Well,
yeah. It was written down right here.
It was right.
Yeah, right there. I got it right off the page.
Listen, everything's changed in our business over the last
How
10
so?
years. Well, people used to come into a restaurant.
Yeah.
They'd walk, they'd wait in line, they would get sat at a table, they would place their order, a server would write it on a pad, you would bring out the food, they would pay their check, and they'd go home.
Yeah, pretty simple.
That was it.
Very simple, but a simpler time.
And things are not like that anymore. So we've got to engage consumers in all platforms in every way where they are.
Right.
Look, I have a house with a beautiful kitchen, and we order food.
So you're not even
week,
cooking in the kitchen?
Never once.
But it's a nice looking kitchen, though.
It's a nice kitchen.
If you wanted to cook,
It's nice because we don't cook in it. Like, I don't, but actually, my teenagers cook, ironically, and we order food.
Right.
So we're ordering food every night,
And
and
they're
they're going
cooking.
out to restaurants, and they're cooking. Well, they got to earn their way. They can't just they can't afford to order food all the time.
Right.
So, but the complexity to be able to achieve that, of being able to meet consumers where they are, you got to have partners with
Right.
that, because if you don't, then you're burdening
On the tech side.
right.
So, like,
You're
give me an example of a partner on the tech side that's making things happen for CPK.
Well, we are across the board. We use Olo with for almost everything.
Got you. So, what's Olo powering for you in the CPK?
All of our
experience?
ordering,
All
all
the
of our
ordering.
engage. It's offense and defense.
Go ahead.
On the defense side, they handle everything from the orders that are coming in through the order platforms, through Rails, through ensuring
And the dispatching of the drivers and
correct.
stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they
from
take
our
care of
first
everything.
party out as well. So that allows our team members to focus on what they should be, food and service.
Right.
And then on the offense side, engage.
Yep.
Like they're out being able to figure out when customers want getting data and saying, when do you serve them up an ad? Which ad do you serve them up at what time?
Right.
And what platform, so that they're going to actually engage with that. I mean, literally on my phone, 5 times a day, I'll see something and I'll screenshot it and say, "Oh, I'm going to look at that later."
Right.
And then I'll forget about it. And when I'm going through photos a month later, I'll go, "Oh,
You
crap,
get back.
I went and looked at it."
Right.
But if you have somebody who can add some intelligence as to when you're going to give them ads, how you're going to give it to them, so I'll see it and go, perfect timing. You know what? I've got to order something. Or if you know that they have a propensity to do a certain thing at a certain amount of times a week, and they forget, and you remind them,
Right.
then you're able to engage with your consumers to bring them in.
I love it, man. So, but when you got to CPK, was Olo already part of your tech stack, or is that something that you brought in as?
No, it was already there.
It was already there.
But Dawn, who's our CMO,
Yeah.
who I'll credit for the 40th campaign.
No.
yeah, but we're gonna talk
we'll get
about
to the 40th, but I know
but
Dawn's
she,
a great
Dawn
gal,
is-
but I mean, let's face it, it was your idea, and then she ran with it. It always takes a good, you got to come up with it. But good people run with it. I mean, we'll talk about it in a little bit.
It's that nonverbal communication.
Yeah, I don't
Knows
think
what I'm thinking and
exactly.
goes to the right.
Right. She knows you. She knows what you were thinking.
Right. But we have a phenomenal marketing team and backed up by a great culinary team.
Yeah.
It's always great. It's one thing to go out and be able to market to consumers, but then you got to have something to give them.
Yeah.
So our culinary team is constantly coming out with new innovative stuff. We have 40 years of a bank of food and recipes that we could pull from.
Right.
And yet they're still coming up with new stuff all the time. And so that team has now really dug even deeper into the Olo products and trying new stuff recently on the catering front.
Yep.
So that's been a huge success for us. And I equate it to like Apple. You open up your phone and you want to check the weather. You used to have to go figure out the weather. You want to check, we used to have to get triptychs.
Yeah, I remember triptychs.
We used to get
from
triptychs. If you wanted to go figure out how to get
have
from
that
one
green
place to
line
another.
all the way up.
Right.
Yeah.
Now all we do is open up and push a button, because it
Yeah, you got
becomes
Google
bright.
Maps, Apple Maps, Waze, whatever you want.
One size fits all. It's there.
I don't think I'd
get.
get anywhere without Waze.
No, I can't either.
Like, seriously, I wouldn't know what to do anywhere. I can't. I pull out of my the garage in my apartment.
We used to keep maps in our cars.
Yeah, the
We
big
used to keep the
ones.
big map books.
Yeah.
It was like Rand McNally or something like that. Wasn't that the map company? I mean, you'd go to Barnes and Noble and buy the maps of the places you wanted to go.
Yeah, most of my military training went to Waze, because that was all about how to get from one place to another by using, how certain clicks and this and that. Now it's all gone because you can push an app. So
Yeah, no, it's crazy. You're right.
I want to jump in. I want to talk about some of the iconic dishes and how CPK really changed the way people think about pizza and pizza toppings. I mean, my favorite, the Asian chicken chop was a favorite salad, and the barbecue chicken pizza
Oh
was
yeah,
my
game
favorite.
changing.
And it's safe to assume that's absolutely still on the
Yeah.
menu, rocking and rolling.
You got a pen.
Were there ever any moments, and I imagine there might be some fun during your time there, or stories you've heard where there were menu items or ideas for pizzas that people say, wait a minute, we can't do that. Any kind of things that might have come up, any kitchen experiments that created some interesting opportunities for CPK.
It's all the time. But, you know, to your point on, there was a defined line before CPK and after CPK. Before CPK, you could get mushroom, sausage, pepperoni, and cheese. After CPK, limitless. So we have food shows every other month where our culinary team and Chef Paul comes in and lays out all his ideas. And there are, you know, of each, maybe we may try 6 pizzas in one sit down. There's always going to be one that's, all right, that's a little bit too far. So we had mine from about a month ago, and this, make sure this doesn't air, because if he hears about it, then he's going to get me crap.
Okay.
About it. But it was
We'll cut this out.
It was a charcuterie pizza. It
Charcuterie.
was basically taking a charcuterie board and put it on top.
I like
of
the way
pizza.
you say charcuterie. You say it one more time for me.
Charcuterie.
Yeah, that's nice. That like rolls on charcuterie.
But our, you know, Mike's hot honey pizza we just did. We just
Yeah,
did a
Mike's
burnt ends pizza
honey, man. That hot honey's hot. No
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
My kids love that
with
stuff.
the Newski bacon too. That we
Yeah,
you
the
know, we-
Newski
we-
bacon.
You know, one of the CPK is not only known just from the innovation, but it's about the ingredients that we source. They're fresh, they're seasonal. We go to all lengths to make sure that what goes on that pizza is, you know, every ingredient is going to make the end result better.
I think it's such a good point you made about that delineation before CPK and after. You know, here, Schatz and I, New Yorkers, we take great pride in our pizza. And to his point, I lived right by that restaurant on 60th Street, and it was so jamming. And you brought
And there was
this
an
kind of,
upstairs too.
and there was this kind of California fresh, and it just was wonderfully different. I want to go back to our roots. 20 years ago, was there anything 20 years ago that you think we've now changed for the better? And then I'm going to ask you something maybe nostalgia you want to see come back. But, you know, anything that 20 years ago, the restaurant industry, what's something that's changed for the better? And there's been a lot of changes. Can you pick one for us?
I think it's the availability. It's the accessibility. You can get whatever you want now, when you want it, where you want it, how you want it.
Yep.
And in the past, you couldn't do that.
No.
Now, even things like, you know, you go down a supermarket aisle now. If you go down a frozen food aisle, you see nothing but restaurant brands.
Oh yeah.
You go over to the deli section.
You guys are
see
CPKs in the retail, right?
We've been in for
a long time.
20 years.
Yeah.
We do a lot of. My kids grew up on CPK, and there wasn't a CPK near us. I was a single dad.
Yeah,
and
frozen pizzas, and I mean, obviously, frozen pizza's been around forever. Because
That's
I
what I
was
fed
at
them all
the
the time.
Elios. Remember the Elios?
I remember Elios.
The Elios,
Square-
the
Square thing.
Stofers. But yeah, so CPK, yes, yeah, that's.
We're actually launching right now. We've never done frozen pizza outside the U.S.
Mhm.
Even though our stores and our brand recognition far expands beyond the border.
Sure.
So we're launching in Asia right now with frozen pizza. So we have a Peking duck pizza.
Peking duck pizza. I like it. Peach.
That'll be launching soon.
I love it,
The
man.
legend just walked by.
Oh my goodness, that is definitely a legend over there. No, these halls are filled with legends right now. I got to tell you.
Feeling it.
Listen, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. We got some great stuff. It's which came first, a little hot or not, and a little quick fire. And we are back, and I got to tell you, we are excited. Okay, we're gonna go right with a little which came first. Okay, for the Olo 20th anniversary, 20 years of Olo. Olo's now 20 years. Okay, Beach, are you ready?
Yes.
Which came first? Okay, was it Olo or was it the CPK? I'm gonna test you here. Barbecue chicken pizza. Don't go looking.
I know.
Jimmy, don't be cheating
know.
now.
Not cheating.
You're cheating.
CPK barbecue chicken pizza was before the founders of Olo was probably born.
So what are you talking about?
I'm talking 40 years.
So you're saying which came first? Was it Olo?
CPK barbecue chicken pizza.
According to my information here, they both came out in 2005. Is that a typo? I mean,
That was
because
a typo.
I got typos at the yin yang
That's
today on
typo.
this thing.
I'm going with Beach on this.
Yeah.
The
Going.
40-year-old brand, that's one of their
We're gonna need
signature
some,
pizzas.
we're gonna need some
That put us on the
producer
map.
chat
Yes.
GPTing, please,
Yep.
and double check when this. Beach is saying that the CPK original barbecue chicken pizza is 40 years old.
I'm not saying 40 years.
Well,
but
from
I'm
it's
saying
the first thing.
But
right?
it was at the first.
Yeah, I would
first
agree with
couple
you.
years,
That
first year
was
or
like
two.
the first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie's been Julie. I know what she was doing. She was right. I'll tell you one thing. She was not fact checking. Julie, you were not fact checking.
This to be part of the conversation.
Maybe
Yes.
Olo is around 40 years, and we didn't know that.
See that
So
we
it's
don't,
the
but
same
we
time.
know because Noah wouldn't even been born yet. Noah was like 26.
Yeah, but Noah was thinking of that when he was.
He was as an
He came
infant.
out- yeah, he
Yeah,
had
he
it.
was dead. I agree. All right, which came first, Chipotle or Grubhub? Chipotle or Grubhub? Which
Chipotle.
came first? 1993 was Chipotle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Grubhub, Jimmy,
Early 2000s,
2005.
2005.
But Grubhub was really
Yeah.
Seamless.
Grubhub, no, but they bought him. It was Grubhub was out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Seamless was in New York. Then
All
it was Grubhub. So okay, we'll give it. I'll give Julie this one.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Which came first, Waffle House or Olive Garden?
Ooh, Olive Garden.
Yeah, 1982. Waffle House only 2005.
You remember Darden's on my resume, so I know all. the
Yeah,
Olive
but
Garden
is that
history.
Waffle House only 2005?
Yep.
I thought Waffle House was like really old, like from the 60s.
Because it's a classic.
Yeah,
it
it
was
sounds
born a
it.
classic. So
Yeah, it was born a classic. All right. Well, there we
Born
go.
old.
Olive Garden. Jimmy, do you want to guess Waffle House?
Yeah, you know what? I'll go Waffle House.
You go. Yeah, no, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah, it was Olive Garden in 1982.
All right.
You weren't paying attention. Waffle House was
on
2005.
International
Okay.
Drive in Orlando.
Yeah, International Drive, right? Yeah, right. Beach's house is right there.
Yep.
He used to literally walk and go pick up waffles.
Yeah.
Or was the Olive Garden?
Olive Garden.
He used to walk and go pick up the bread.
Yeah.
You'd
Very
get
good
the
bread.
All you could eat bread.
Very good
sticks.
bread.
Yeah, you would love that. You'd love that. All right, hot or not? Are you ready? Hot or not? Olo edition. Are you ready? Very hot. Hot or not? Online ordering, Beach.
Smoking hot.
Smoking
Loyalty.
hot.
Incredibly hot.
Off-prem.
Very hot.
Jimbo, I mean, I've never heard one of our guests be so excited that everything was super hot.
I love that. Online ordering. Oh, hot. Sorry, super hot. Loyalty, super hot.
That's the L.
And there's your off-prem, super hot. I want to talk about loyalty because I think there's such a misunderstanding from folks that, let's say, are not in the industry. We don't like discounting, but we love rewarding loyalty.
Yes, we
And
love
that's what I
rewarding.
think people don't understand. Can you're enthusiastic on all three? Let's talk about loyalty a little bit, and what are you guys doing to promote that type of engagement with your guests?
Yeah, we have an incredibly loyal fan base. That we're blessed to have that, and you know, look, we all do that. We wherever we go, there's places that we frequent, and we want to be rewarded for that. We want to be recognized, and so whether I'm at 7-Eleven and putting in my 7 Now number, or the gas
Oh, look
station,
at you with the 7 now.
7 now.
Beach, way ahead of the curve.
Shout out to
I'm like
7-Eleven.
triple platinum diamond whatever 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
one
look
of my
at
favorite
me.
fine dining restaurants. So wherever you go, like you want to feel like they appreciate that you're a regular, that you're loyal, and we know we wouldn't be who we are if we didn't have our loyal guests.
And does CPK have a full loyalty program?
Yeah.
What is that? Like, what is that? Is that dollars and points? And what is that about?
It's not dollars, it's points, and it's actually more. It's evolving. It's a
If you don't want to talk about it, Beach,
surprise
we
and
don't have to
delight.
talk about
It's a
it.
surprise and delight. Let's say
Surprise and delight.
You're going to get free things, and we're
So
gonna,
that's part of some of the new things in the pipeline.
a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline.
Updating the
A
whole
lot of things with
loyalty.
the brand coming down.
Right, I got it. Okay. All right, listen, let's go. Jimmy, did you want to opine on anything else? You're good.
No, we're good.
All right, let's go to the quick fire. All right, Beach, we got 5 lightning round questions. Don't think too long. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Sure.
All right, Beach, you're on a deserted island.
Yep.
You got Wi-Fi.
Yep.
You can stream one show. One show and one show only. You can binge the entire time. And you're going to be there a long time, okay? Because no one's finding you, okay? It's a really far away deserted island, okay? What show are you streaming? Just over and over and over again. What is that one show that Beach can listen to over and over again?
So I have a 2.5-year-old, so I've been
Good
watching
Lord.
Frozen probably 3,000 times,
Yeah.
and it just keeps getting better.
Just keeps getting
So,
better.
and now we're trying to migrate over to Moana, but yeah.
Really?
So I have I don't think I've watched anything but children's things for quite a while.
I'm right
so-
there with you. And I have to say, I'm very pleased with the lineup of movies for our kids right now. I don't know, Shatsy, when you're Kids were younger. Maybe the movies were awesome. I don't remember that, but right now we're in a good we're in a
we
good
had like
stage.
Toy Story.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
That's
You
pretty
know,
good.
and all of them. I did. They had
All
like
right.
12 of them. They were all excellent.
So if you're talking about survival skills,
Yeah.
if I can tap into Miss Rachel and that's going to keep my child entertained and happy right now for
Yeah.
the next couple minutes, I'm doing that. I'll give that.
But your
before
kid's not
water,
on the island
electricity.
with you, Beach. It's just
Yeah,
you.
but I'm programmed now that I'm
Yes.
walking around singing.
So if you're
stuff.
stuck on island by yourself, you're going Miss Rachel. This is what you're
I'm
going to
going
listen to
Bluey.
for 5 years.
I'm going Bluey. Bluey's
You're not
my
going
jam.
Seinfeld or something.
Nah, Bluey's my
All right,
jam.
all right,
You're not going
look,
Seinfeld. To
I
be
love
entertained?
Seinfeld. That's
Yeah,
my
come
era.
on.
Love
Hey,
Seinfeld.
Jimmy's going Bluey. You're
Bluey.
going to watch Bluey over and over and over
So
again.
sweet.
It's time and space.
I think
it's
you're
where
both
we're
out
at.
of your mind. All right, Beach. Beach. What's the last thing you Googled? Last thing you Googled.
Honestly,
Yep. I
got invited
Don't lie to me.
I got invited to this awesome event last night by a group called Branded.
Oh, nice.
And at the last minute, someone said, there's 2 Ocean Primes. Make sure you go to the right one.
Yeah.
And I was Googling to try to figure out what Ocean Prime I needed to go to.
I'll tell you a funny story, by the way. So we had dinner plans a couple of years back, and it was a similar situation. I don't remember. Maybe it was Ocean's Prime. I don't remember. But we went in the Uber, and we went to the wrong one. and I'm like, wow, this is really, it said like it was 8 minutes away, and it's like 15 minutes later. And the driver, I'm like, driver, where are we going? And he goes, and we were going like downtown Phoenix or something.
But see, I figured out your motive.
Yeah.
Because your party is so popular and
Yeah.
everybody wants to go to it that if you don't tell people which one to go to, 40% are going to go to the wrong one. And you'll be able to
That
figure
was
out
part of the
your
strategy. Yeah. All right, listen, this is the quick fire, and we're going very slow. Julie's yelling at me here. What's the Beach Bagel order? What is the Beach Bagel order?
So I am
Michael Beachman, president of CPK.
all right.
What is his bagel order?
I am I lived in Long Island. I worked in New York. But I'm a very simple eater. So I just want a salted bagel, maybe just some cheddar cheese on it.
Ah,
That's it.
Wow. I got to tell you, I was thinking, you're not even going, you're going
Nope.
cheddar cheese.
I want to make a grilled cheese for
grilled cheese with a salted bagel.
right.
Salted
and I want it,
bagel
and I want
and-
it triple toasted,
Triple toasted.
toasted.
crunchy.
And the
cook
cheddar's
everything-
not melted, but it warms up because it's cold when it goes in there, or you melted it.
melting out.
Oh,
No,
so it's
That's why CPK is a dream job for me because all of our pizzas are crispy. They don't come out flopping all over the place.
you can't have that.
I like
You want
things
that held up. It's just like this.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you. All-time favorite sauce or condiment? It's a
I'm not
simple
a
guy.
condiment guy. I'm not a condiment guy. That's a tough one.
What are you going with? You could just squirt any condiment in your mouth. What are you squirting in?
Can I make whipped cream with condiment?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Yeah,
that's
whipped
one,
cream. Are you doing just the
I don't
just
do,
the nitrous? Or are you getting?
I don't
you
need
going just the
mustard, mayos, I don't need
nitrous?
ketchup. I don't need any of them.
No,
Yeah.
you don't need any of this.
You and Paul Rudd. I love that. By the way, my wife also, no condiments. She wants the food to taste. Wants to taste the food. Doesn't want the vinegar.
Wait a minute. Time
No
out. You
condiments.
tell me French fries. You don't dip you have no ketchup with your French fries?
I've never had ketchup on a fry. Look, I'm a weird. I grew up in a military.
No, by
academy.
the way-
It's
Sure
weird.
about this,
I'm,
Beach.
I'm a weird guy.
Respect. I love that. I think it's
You've
so
never
cool.
had ketchup
I've had ketchup on a burger once or twice.
accidentally?
Yeah.
Because they like
Because-
McDonald's
because you-
burgers, they
well,
stick
yeah,
it
but
on.
when you go and you place your order, and McDonald's is not great about special orders. So sometimes
Oh,
I get
that's why I
stuck
gotta
with
go
it. Now I
Burger
don't want to
King,
go
right?
back in. Oh, I'm not-
Have it your way. Wait,
Yeah.
is that wait? Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. It's alright, you won't upset us.
Right.
Have it your way.
Have it your right. Yeah, because McDonald's doesn't
Jingles.
have it. Burger King have it your way, right? They'll do anything you want.
McDonald's, you could take off the onion, take off the
You
pickles.
can do it. Yeah, you could
Scrape off the
yeah,
ketchup.
You can scrape. But okay. Last thing, if you're gonna challenge Jimmy Ryan to a surfing contest, Jimmy, take off your shirt. Who do you have better odds of beating? Surfing contest, Jimmy Shatsy, Beach.
Who's going to win of the,
Yeah,
of the three?
yeah. Who are you gonna beat? No, who are you gonna beat?
Who am I going to beat?
Yeah, in a surfing contest. We're out there in the in like Malibu or
Well,
something. Or
I live
maybe
in Cocoa
we're-
Beach.
Yeah. So go ahead. It
Like
doesn't mean that you
on the
can-
same street as Kelly Slater. It's where his house where he grew up with all the waves there.
So you're a good surfer.
Nope. So
Oh,
I'm
you're not.
losing either way. So
Okay.
I can play it off. I got my Ron John gear, everything else,
Wait.
but no, I'm gonna lose.
Shats, have you ever surfed?
No, but I do an awesome kickboard
Okay.
though.
By the way,
You put me on a
I
kickboard.
think the question was surfing content. Surfing content, not contest. I
Yeah,
think,
what-
I think it's content.
Where is it?
And surfing content. I
What
think
the hell
I'm kicking-
surfing content?
I think like surfing the web. It's got no. It's surfing. Oh, sorry. Never mind. You were right.
Oh, it's
sorry.
surfing.
What's
Talk about
surfing?
this. Julie
Saturday-
was okay
Sorry.
during this entire.
I guess that was
script
my Ron
prepared.
Burgundy moment.
This Saturday in Cocoa Beach, they have the
Surfing
dog surfing
content.
competition.
Surfing company.
Dog
Yeah.
dog surfing.
By the way,
And
I
on
grew up
Christmas
in New
Eve,
York
they have the
City.
surfing
I grew up in New York
Santa.
City. There's no
That's
surf.
All right, listen. I got to tell you, we're getting the sign. We're getting the Oscar music. You know, like Beach is like, you know, wins the award for Best Picture.
Beach has got stores to open,
And,
things to do, people to meet.
Well,
Beach,
listen,
I wanna-
Beach. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us and for being a great friend of Brandon. And I'm not going to let this episode end without big love to your lovely wife and your daughter.
Yeah, I'm
Your
sure.
daughter is a treasure and a miracle baby.
Thank you.
And love to see you guys together. So best to you and your family. Shout out to you. If people want to get in touch with Beach, how do they do
Yeah,
that?
CPK. Is it CPK.com or California?
Beachman at CPK.com.
Oh no, not for you. If they want to find out where they're.
CPK.com.
I got you.
CPK.com.
No, you know
You call me and I tell you what.
you're changing up the whole Olo situation. Maybe change the website. You know, you're like, I got to do something a little different there. You know, what the hell?
CPK 40 and fabulous.
CPK.com and
CPK
40
40 and
want-
40 and
fabulous.
okay with it.
We have 200. We have 200 stores, and Jimmy, myself, and Beach are going to open up 800 stores before the year's over, and we'll be here in January to celebrate our 1,000th store. Right,
There we
Jimmy?
go. We'll be here.
Yeah, well, maybe not here, but we'll be like somewhere. Yeah,
Here
exactly.
we go.
All right.
Beach, thank you
Cheers,
so
everybody.
much.
Thank you.